Hey Greg, I had a question for you.
What's that?
What would you do if you caught someone giving a foot massage to your girlfriend?
Foot massage? Well, I don't know. I might take a page out of Marcellus Wallace's book and chuck him out the window.
Long story short, there's a dead body in the washing machine, so we gotta do something about that.
Call the wolf. You seem to know a bit about what I'm talking about, Noah. I am referencing a movie after all.
Oh, same. I've seen this movie probably 3, maybe 4 times.
I've seen this movie at least 30 times.
Stars famous Scientologist John Travolta.
For those of you in the audience who are blind and can't read the title of this video, we're talking about Pulp Fiction.
Really? I thought this was a Jackie Brown review.
All right. All right, so a couple things before we actually get to the review. One, go watch this movie. I'm not kidding. Like, I refuse to let you watch this movie. Watch this review without watching the movie. Because, well, this is another thing I wanted to say. But Quentin Tarantino is the greatest filmmaker ever. And probably will be, considering that a lot of the new filmmakers are producing actual garbage.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
I swear, I'm holding out hope that someone, a young writer and director, will come out and make something that's not garbage.
You know, speaking of garbage, I want to talk about WandaVision's finale.
Yeah, like, why couldn't White Vision, who is now the Vision, because he has all his memories back, just slide into Wanda's life again? He can also just go back.
Why didn't fake Vision, White Vision fuse? He literally could have just taken that part of the Mind Stone and became Vision again. Anyway, yeah, that finale sucked, and if anyone defends it, they can fight me.
Yeah, I didn't really understand it either, all that much.
I wasn't asking for much. I just didn't want another boring superhero fight with a giant sky laser. Anyway.
I didn't mind the superhero fight. It was pretty fun.
I went in expecting Silent Hill 2, and I got out Age of Ultron, and I was unhappy.
I wouldn't say it was like that. You want to clip this and just make it its own review?
Sure, but real quick, here's my explanation why I said Silent Hill 2. We're doing it.
Okay, we'll crank out 2 videos at once here.
So this is Noah and I messed up. James Sunderland is the main character in Silent Hill 2. Harry Mason, on the other hand, is the protagonist of Silent Hill 1. Sorry.
So, Silent Hill 2's opening, Harry Mason gets a letter from his dead wife that he killed telling him to go to Silent Hill. In the series finale, Wanda gets a letter from her dead, basically husband, who she killed, telling her to go to this town in what was it, Jersey or something? I don't remember where the town was.
I think it was Jersey.
And I'm like, oh, they're going that route.
What'd you expect?
I don't know.
Like, the trailer was pretty tame.
I mean, I wasn't expecting, like, horror like Silent Hill, but I was expecting something a little more psychologically and intense. And
it was pretty trippy at first.
A bit smarter. Oh, that series peaked at, like, episode 1 and 2.
I wouldn't say that. I kind of disliked the black and white. It's just kind of annoying, honestly, just watching how cringy they acted, just because of how cringy black and white TV was.
Anyway,
yeah, back to the actual film, Pulp Fiction.
Right, Pulp Fiction.
You did watch it, right?
Yes, I've watched Pulp Fiction before, Greg.
Okay, just checking. Because last time you got angry at me, you were like, you didn't tell me a film!
Okay, quick story. So, we were supposed to record...
Noah has Alzheimer's.
I don't have Alzheimer's. I just forgot. Listen, I was really busy that week, and I had a lot going on. Long story short, I got my vaccine, and a bunch of other stuff got done.
Yeah, anyway, Pulp Fiction is a amalgamation, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
of different short stories, not told in chronological order. Some of them are in chronological order.
Yeah.
But, like, it's weird because Pulp Fiction is such a different take on the classic story. Because for most of the movie, we're given Vince as the main character. But, like, he's stereotypical run-of-the-mill, like, bad guy henchman. He's, like, super cookie cutter in, like, the gangster style. And it's just really funny watching him react to, like, other things in the environment. Theoretically, well, not theoretically speaking, in an actual movie, that's, if you unscrambled this movie, I should say, and you put it together, what's his name? Butch's character would be the main character. Because he's the most morally correct out of everyone in this movie. He's the most traditional protagonist, I would say.
He murders someone.
He, in, like, self-defense, and plus he kills a gangster. I know it's Vince, but...
Okay, no, I'm talking more about the boxing ring, even though that was legal because, boxing license and all that.
Yeah, you can kill someone in a boxing ring. I mean, besides, it was an accident. He didn't intend to kill him.
This isn't Rocky IV, where Drago obviously wanted to murder him anyway.
I must break you.
If he dies, he dies.
Yes.
I would argue something. I would argue that this wasn't a bunch of short stories, because they all interconnect. When I think of short story movies, I think of more of an anthology. It's not like Trick or Treat to where they all connect vaguely. These all connect to one central plot. You could put this in order and have a cohesive narrative just fine.
But you could still segment each story into its own film.
I guess that's fair, but I'm just not sure if I agree with that.
And not only that, each story stands out in, like, such high quality that I would imagine they would just automatically be awesome episodes in a TV show. What's your favorite episode? I can't pick one.
The one where Quentin Tarantino is yelling at Samuel L. Jackson and John Travolta.
That is pretty funny. Holly, can you chill out?
Holly is our dining room manager, for those of you who are asking. She is telling us to take out the trash.
Yes. Anyway. Trademark
Save
t-shirt.
that one.
So Vince is our main character, whether we like it or not. And Samuel L. Jackson... what's Sam's character again?
I just refer to him as the shepherd. I know his actual name is,
I just forgot it. They don't say it that much in the movie. Jules!
Jules. It is Jules.
So, Jules is a little supporting character for Vince. Vince has a lot of supporting characters in this movie. And, Jules is taken out of the story pretty early and then reintroduced at the end because the bookends for this movie are the diner scene. And we have the diner scene is the intro and the outro. And then you have all of these little stories and segments in between. So Jules starts off the main storyline, which is Vincent has to take care of Marcellus Wallace's wife. Marcellus Wallace is the ringleader for the gang that they're in, or the mafia. I don't really know what they're classified as.
I would say mafia.
Okay. They're an LA mafia. And Jules is probably the funniest character.
Yeah, I would say that.
He hits hard. He's very memorable.
I mean, it's Samuel L. Jackson, so...
Oh, wait, Jules is in the middle of the movie, too.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, he's kind of like... Jules brings a lot of energy to the scenes that he's in. And I absolutely love it. I think Vince is boring as hell. I don't know why. I think he's so boring.
Really?
Yeah.
I think he has some good
He
lines.
gets into some kooky situations, but, like, him as a character is so boring. I don't know. I think it just might be John Travolta being just a fucking rock of a person.
I've never been a huge John Travolta fan. You know, he's never been my favorite actor ever. Maybe that's because of the Xenuism, but, you know.
But I think his best line in this movie is the please after the wolf tells him to do something and he just says, a please would be nice, and then gets his ass roasted. That's probably my favorite line from Vince.
You know, Greg, the best way to get famous is to get sued by Scientology because they'll always watch our videos.
Uh-oh. Dude, I don't want to fight Tom Cruise, okay? He's a short little dude, but he's like a lot of compact muscle in one person.
Tom Cruise is 5'7". He's as tall as me, which blew my mind.
He's shorter than me by a standard margin.
I think we could take him, the two of us.
Together?
Yes.
I don't know, he's got that funny little sprint. He might be able to catch us.
We'll just roll the boulder at him. You know, the boulder.
You mean like the Indiana Jones boulder?
No, I was talking about Chuck. Anyway.
We can't say that. We can't say that. We can't say that. No, they'll cut off our balls.
I'll edit it out.
Okay. Anyway.
Probably. I'll replace it with a male name. No one will care then.
Yeah, no one will care.
Instead of Chuck, it's gonna sound really awkward, and I'm gonna use like a robot voice, and we can just use Chuck at them.
Oh. Yeah, but I just think Vince is a very bland character. I am much more interested in his drug dealer.
Oh, his drug dealer is great with his weird... Was it his wife?
His wife was the one with the piercings. And then, was it his roommate? The Scottish girl?
Maybe? I don't remember.
Yeah, that's the thing. Weird... Don't even know who she was or why she was there. But, like, I am interested in finding out. Why does he have a nursing book?
For when people OD.
I'm pretty sure that like that's a hint that the drug dealer was like studying to be a doctor or a nurse before he became into drugs.
I mean, one is more profitable, so...
Yeah. I don't think a drug dealer is more profitable than a doctor.
Malpractice insurance is pretty horrible. It's gotten worse. I'm friends with a couple of doctors, and they all talk about how, at least one of my doctor friends constantly talks about how he wants to go to like a barter system and move to Mexico, but that's beside the point.
Barter system would be pretty pog. At any rate, so do you want to cover the first short story?
Okay, so I guess I'll start with the opening, and then I'll cover the first short story.
Okay.
So we open with Tim Roth. I don't remember his character name because I'm not sure if it's mentioned.
They just have the nicknames. Honey Bunny.
Honey Bunny and I don't remember his.
His
Honey
is
Bunny's
Honey
just
Bunny.
So... No, is it Honey Bunny?
Well, actually, I don't know.
Then what's hers? No, I'm pretty sure Honey Bunny is her name.
Well, at any rate, continue. Tim Roth
and his wife, they're talking about like trivial things, and then he mentions, no one ever robs diners or restaurants. And he's like, well, why not? And he's like, well, let's start. And so they get on the table and scream, this is a robbery, and everyone chill. And then it cuts to the music. Very, very famous music.
Garçon coffee. Garçon means boy. Yeah, Quentin Tarantino is really good at, like, small talk.
Oh, he's great. He's one of the best character writers ever.
Like, 80% of this movie is small talk.
I mean, that's why I love The Hateful Eight. I know some people really dislike that movie because they think it's too slow.
They're too slow.
They can be ran through the dishwasher for all I care. But no, I love the dialogue in that movie. And I love how Kurt Russell destroys a priceless antique guitar by accident.
Yep.
So we go through that. We cut to the opening music, which Fall Out Boy wanted to rip off but couldn't, so they had to use the Munsters theme. Anyway, we get to the first short story where Jules and Vincent are going to pick up this briefcase from these guys who are also working for Marcellus Wallace. These guys are trying to rip off Marcellus Wallace.
In some way. We have no idea what relationship they have or what's in the briefcase.
No. A very popular theory is that it's part of Marcellus Wallace's soul, although in the script it talks about how it's diamonds.
It glows gold, though. There's the prop case for it has a light bulb in it, and you can, like, it's going around, like, they're auctioning it off to different people. Mm-hmm. I very much want it.
You're probably never going to be able to afford it unless Dish Talk really takes off.
I desperately want the briefcase.
We need some of that, like, Rich Evans money.
Yeah, I don't really like the theory that it's Marcellus Wallace's soul, because that makes that makes the movie a bit too gimmicky.
All we know is that these people ripped off Marcellus Wallace, and Vincent and Jewel are sent to pick it up and possibly kill everyone there.
Yeah, they're tipped off by the what's his name? He gets shot in the face, but it's the black dude in the room who's standing in the back corner.
He's not important. He dies pretty fast.
Yeah, but he's the informant because Jules and Vincent let him live.
Mm-hmm.
And presumably they're taking him to Marcellus to either give him a new job or pay him off or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let him live. Why was he holding the gun in the first place? But anyway.
Vincent is an idiot.
Continue on with the summary.
They get the briefcase. Someone tries to open fire on them. They massacre everyone in the room, especially that one guy in a chair who kept saying, "What?" Great piece of dialogue, like right there. Easily one of my favorite quotes is about his girlfriend being a vegetarian, and since she's a vegetarian, he has to be a vegetarian too.
Big Kahuna burger.
That's a tasty burger. Then, do we cut to them in the car right away?
No. After they kill him, it cuts to the next story with Mia Wallace, and they meet in the bar.
In my head, I put all the pieces in the order they should be.
Yeah. Anyway, I'll take the next summary. But
sure, you're good.
The next story is about Vincent and Mia Wallace, Marcellus Wallace's wife, and it starts off with Vincent and Jules walking into a bar to meet with Marcellus, and they have like a short conversation, but Marcellus Wallace is talking to Butch, and Butch, as I said, is the stereotypical protagonist in this film, or should be. He should be the protagonist in this film. But for some reason, Marcellus Wallace is listed as the antagonist in this movie. He's more like just like an ambient force. I wouldn't say he's an antagonist.
I mean, does this movie really have an antagonist?
That's what I'm saying. Ain't nothing but
like, if anything, I would say it's the rednecks who are the antagonist.
So we'll get there when we get there.
The cut-for-TV rednecks.
Yeah, anyway, the bar is pretty short scene of this story, but Vincent drives over to Marcellus Wallace's house, which has an intercom system, which is pretty advanced for back in the day. And Mia is like taking interest in Vincent, I think. I think she's flirting with him. Like,
see, I'm not sure if that's more playful or just to mess with him at times.
I don't know. I think she's thrill-seeking because she's like, do I cheat on my mafia husband? Because like she is pretty flirty with. I mean, she watches him. Like, yeah, I don't know.
She does.
I don't know about that. And then I'm pretty sure like it was said that like she requested Vincent from Marcellus.
That I don't remember.
Yeah. I don't think that's actually a thing. I think I'm just making that up. But anyway,
let us know in the comments how much of a hack we are, please. I beg you.
Vincent awkwardly walks around the mansion, which of course spawns the greatest meme, which is just Vincent looking around.
Pulp Fiction has quite a few memes, surprisingly.
Yeah. And they go to a restaurant, which, if this restaurant existed in real life, 1, it would be a great experience. 2, it would be horrible to work at. I would hate to have to wear a Zorro costume while I'm a waiter.
Greg, something like this probably existed in the 90s or 80s, almost guarantee.
Be the worst thing ever.
Like, we still have theme restaurants. They are not as popular as they used to be, but I do remember going to theme restaurants as a kid. You can still go to retro diners, too. There's a few in St. Louis.
Do you remember what the restaurant's called?
Oh, it has some convoluted name.
It is like, really funny. It's like, it ends with Jack's, I'm pretty sure. So they sit down and Mia and Vincent bond quite a bit through conversation. And Mia goes to the bathroom and she does a line of coke, which is a little like, is just a little like character trait that will come into play later.
Okay, real quick. It's Jack Rabbit Slim's restaurant.
I knew it. It was Jack something. I don't know why they would have Richard Nixon as the host. Was Nixon president when this movie took place? Place in the 60s?
Maybe. I'm gonna have a firm maybe.
Alright, at any rate, they have a conversation, and I don't want to summarize the conversation because it's just small talk. It's great small talk. All of the movie's small talk is fantastic. I don't want to summarize all of it, obviously, because, you know, it's a lot, and I don't want to just fucking off. But Vincent is a bit more of a, like, laid-back conservative person, because he, like, makes fun of her for ordering a $5 shake, which, by the way, is $15 in today's currency.
Delicious.
I would never order a $15 shake. You must be out your mind.
He buys, like, 3 bags of Monster heroin.
That's true. That is true, actually. That's funny. That's kind of funny. He pays...
Like, he doesn't go for the low-grade heroin. He buys what I think he referred to it as Monster.
It was, like, from Brazil or something.
Brazil makes the best stuff.
Yeah. So, as I said, Mia likes Coke, and they have a fun night. They go back, and they're pretty laid back by now. Mia's very comfortable with Vincent. Vincent's very comfortable with Mia. And
yeah, they have they participate in a dancing competition.
Yeah. Vincent goes to the bathroom, and this is where I'm, like, thinking, like, they were planning on having sex. Because, like, Vincent's trying to talk himself out of it. But, like, he takes a long time in the bathroom, and Mia finds the heroin that's in his pocket, and she thinks it's cocaine. So she snorts it, which is obviously one of the worst things you could ever do is snort heroin. But then again, doing hard drugs in the first place isn't really a good idea. I was almost said, it ain't a bad idea.
I think the moral of the story is always label your hard drugs, kids.
This is heroin. Do not snort.
I want to put that on, like, sugar at my house.
Oh.
And just see what happens.
Yeah. She's, so she snorts it, she starts ODing, and Vincent takes him to the greatest character ever, the drug dealer. And he's just running red lights and haphazardly driving. It's the best. He's like, I gotta take her to you ODing me. Okay, then bite the bullet and take her to a hospital. And then he rams into the yard. More small talk, but in yelling form. This short story, I would say, is probably the most lore-rich. Maybe the wolf. At any rate, they save Mia's life. All is happy. And we finally get to hear Mia's joke. By the way, Mia was once an actress for a pilot in a sleazy TV show, which I regret it not being made. And then that's how that short story ends. Why don't you take care of the next one, Noah?
Okay. He also, at the end, says, Marcellus never needs to ever find out about this.
For very obvious reasons.
Oh, most definitely. So the next one should be the gold watch, right?
No, the gold watch is the second to last. Actually, it might be?
Yeah, because it's Christopher Walken, and then it, like, actually goes to him, like, escaping the ring, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, just summarize the golden watch anyway.
Baby Bruce Willis gets a visit from Christopher Walken. I don't know why I decided to describe it as that, but okay. And he gives him this gold watch. This gold watch was smuggled by his father through war up his ass for months. And then Christopher Walken...
Very important detail, the ass.
Yes. And then Christopher Walken, to pay tribute to his dead friend who died in a POW camp, also smuggles that gold watch up his ass to give to his friend's son.
I like it how you're mimicking the way Christopher Walken says ass.
It's so good. He gives this big spiel about how the watch is very important to his family, because didn't his grandfather also smuggle it up his ass too?
Yeah.
Something ridiculous like that. And it's been in 3
the grandfather's crewmate shoved it up his ass.
It's been in at least 3 grown men's ass, okay? So this gold watch is very important to Bruce Willis's character. So he decides to cheat Marcellus, because Marcellus pays him to pretty much take a dive in the 5th round of the match. Bruce Willis doesn't. He kills the guy and wins the match. So Marcellus was pretty unhappy with this and starts to send hitmen after him. Meanwhile, Bruce Willis has already made plans to skip town. His girlfriend was supposed to pack up everything and, meet him at this motel. Although, the one issue is that she forgets his gold watch. His most important possession in his world. So, he goes to his old apartment, he gets his gold watch, finds a gun, sees that Vincent is in the bathroom, murders Vincent to death. I love that phrase so much.
Murders him to death.
Yes. Did you know people die when they are killed, Greg?
Yes. I'm going to kill you to death.
He is driving back to the motel where his girlfriend is. Things are seemingly going pretty well for him after he finds his watch, until he runs into Marcellus Wallace at a crosswalk.
I love. We got to turn Marcellus stumbling with a gun into a meme.
Yes,
because
I just love it.
I love that image because he's so far away and he just pulls out a gun and he's just like, ooh.
I just love it when he turns and he sees Bruce Willis's character and he's like, mother. So Bruce Willis rams into him. He gets out of his car. This begins a chase and fist fight. They wander into this pawn shop. Bruce Willis knocks Marcellus Wallace unconscious. And then the redneck who runs the pawn shop knocks Bruce Willis out. They wake up in the back room in BDSM gear, and they're about ready to be
censored
in the ass.
There you go.
I'm definitely gonna have to censor that. In his ass.
In his ass. Just get a sound clip of Christopher Walken saying up his ass.
Please, I'm gonna have to. So Bruce Willis wakes up, manages to take out the gimp, goes back into the pawn shop, finds a samurai sword, kills the other guy who is a cop, sees Marcellus Wallace taking it up the ass.
We should be rating these short stories as we go.
I guess that's fair. Sets Marcellus Wallace free. Marcellus Wallace declares that he's going to go medieval on these people.
After he shoots them in the balls with a shotgun.
Mm-hmm. It's not good, whatever it means. And Bruce Willis asks, so, we good? And he goes, yeah, we good.
You lost your LA privileges. I love Marcellus. He's a good character.
He gets away scot-free. Also, it also has one of my other favorite memes where he asks Marcellus, you okay? And he says, nah, I'm pretty far from okay. It's great.
Yeah, so the next short story is we're finally getting cut back to Vincent and Jules. And one key thing in this movie that I think it was trying to send a message about this, but Vince and Jules survive a hail of bullets from some guy with a 44. And Jules sees that as a sign from God that Jules should stop the business. And Vincent's making fun of him, saying, God did not come down and stop these bullets. Stop acting stupid. And, of course, Jules ain't having none of that. He's like, I want you to fucking acknowledge it. So they get into an argument. Meanwhile, their informant is just in the corner crying because they just murdered his friends. And he's like, oh my God, I sold my friends out. They're dead.
It's always great when that happens.
Your friends, dude. Yeah, anyway, they take the informant. They all get in the car and they're talking about, the garbage incident that they just had about God's coming down to stop the bullets and divine intervention. And Vince turns to ask the informant what he thinks about it. They hit a road bump or something, and then he just shoots him in the face. And they're being really, Vince is being really casual about it. He goes, I must have let it slip or something. And Jules is freaking the fuck out because he's like, we in broad daylight, man. So they call up good old Quentin Tarantino and ask him if they can use his garage for a little bit. And
we gotta get off the street.
Quentin Tarantino's character says, Jimmy, that's his name, Jimmy Jimmy says some very interesting dialogue, which I love to death because he's talking about his coffee, and and then it transitions into racism.
He says some things that we definitely cannot repeat
Cut the
here.
shit, Jules. I don't need you to tell me how fucking good my coffee is, okay? I know how good my coffee is. Because when Bonnie goes to the store, she buys shit. I buy the good stuff because when I have coffee, I want to taste it. Favorite scrap of dialogue from this entire movie is the conversation between Jimmy and Jules.
I'm going to say something and definitely have to bleep it out.
No, don't say that because people will get mad.
Does my house say dead?
There you go. Just stop it right there.
Repository?
Did you see the sign on my lawn? No, Jimmy, I did not.
You know, I find it funny that every time like people accuse Quentin Tarantino of racism, Samuel L. Jackson's like, he's the least racist person I know.
Yeah, Sam loves Quentin.
Yes.
And Quentin always has like the same like he draws from like the same pool of actors for his movies. You'll see a lot of Tim Roth, Sam L. Kurt Russell was a mid edition.
Yeah.
And then Leonardo DiCaprio was a late edition, but his performance won him a Oscar, which congratulations, Leo. Finally made it to the big leagues.
He didn't win an Oscar until The Revenant, Greg.
He won one for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood though, right?
Yes, but
yeah,
The Revenant came out before that.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying.
He did not win one for Django where he broke his hand. Well, didn't break it, but had glass shards
I swear
everywhere.
there was someone on the Academy that hated Leo for a long time.
I mean, I don't blame him. I didn't like Leo for a long time either.
I love Leo. Leo's a fun guy. We have fun here.
We have fun here. Until we don't. By the way, we still have a body in the dishwasher, Greg.
Yeah, just don't worry about it. It'll melt.
Okay. So the machine's been on this whole time.
I put lye in the dishwasher.
Oh, good.
Anyway,
good.
Jules calls up Marcellus, and Marcellus is like, chill out, I'm sending the wolf. Jules says something.
Well, not right away.
Yeah, not right away, but...
He's like, well, what do you want me to say, Jules? Say you're going to send the wolf. Everything's going to be fine.
Yeah.
So he sends the wolf, who is also one of the other best characters in this movie.
Chill as hell. Very elegant, and he says they're 30 minutes away. I'll be there in 10.
He is what I would, to the letter, call a professional.
Absolutely, a true gentleman.
A true gentleman professional.
And like, he tells them what to do. They get like a bunch of supplies together. They clean the car quickly, and they cover the seats with blankets. And the wolf tells Jimmy that he's going to pay him like a large sum of money for like the shitty quilts and stuff, which is fantastic.
Yes.
The wolf is very kind and generous.
Well, the wolf is being bankrolled by Marcellus Wallace, who I assume is the richest gangster in LA.
He's also banging some junkyard dude's daughter. Just casual
life gives
stuff.
you lemons. Anyway, that is pretty much all of Pulp Fiction besides the very ending, if you want to touch on that real quick, Greg.
Well, the ending is just, we go back to the diner scene, but we see it from Vince and Jules' perspective this time. And you can see Honey Bunny and, Tim Roth in the booth behind them. So you know what's going down. But they're having a conversation. Mm-hmm. Jules wants to quit the life. He wants to become a bum or a traveler as a shepherd. And Vincent says he has to go take a shit, which, by the way, he takes the longest shit I've ever seen. Way longer than when I pretend I'm taking in the bathroom when I don't want to work.
I don't know. When I do that at work, I at least play like a few rounds of Flappy Birds. Wait, Flappy Birds doesn't have rounds.
Also doesn't exist on the App Store anywhere. Save your phones, people. And then
I don't know, Cube Surfer.
Jules has the conversation with the Australian robbers. Are they Australian or are they British?
Mm-hmm. I think Tim Roth is Australian or New Zealand. Let me look it up. Tim Roth is one of my favorite actors who's really underrated.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why he doesn't star in more things. Does he only star in Quentin Tarantino films?
He was in a pretty okay TV show called Lie to Me, which he was really good in.
He was really good. He's great.
He's British. He's
Oh,
British.
God damn. I don't know why. Is there just a specific area in the UK that I just get confused with Australian accents?
There's just something about him that screams like Australian.
It's the hair.
I don't know why.
I swear it's the hair.
Yes, but he is an Englishman, Greg.
Oh, all right. He played a German dude one time. Yeah, but Jules has a confrontation with Tim Roth, who wants to take his wallet, and it says "badass motherfucker" on it, because of course it does, and it actually says it because they show it to the camera, and I want to believe that was improv, like Sam just said it, and then they reshot the scene with the wallet. Like, I don't know why. I like imagining that. And then Jules explains to him that he can't take the briefcase because it doesn't belong to him. Because, he's a very, very gentleman-like gangster. And he says the famous line, Ezekiel 25:17, but he says it in a different way than he did in the first instance in this film. And he explains to Tim, go be happy with your wife, as everyone in the diner is cowering in fear. I don't know why. I love it when Vincent comes out of the bathroom and they just all start screaming at each other.
The woman who plays Honey Bunny is the best at screaming.
Yeah, like she gets so pissed. And then and
she's so
like, Jules says, why don't you ask your wife what she wants to do? What do you want to do, Honey Bunny? And she goes, I gotta pee. Oh, it's great. And Vincent just says, I could kill them both if you want, Jules. And of course that's like more screaming.
But Jules, he lets them go. He gives them all the money in his wallet, but he keeps his wallet.
And they take everyone else's wallet too. So no one else in the diner profits from this. Yep.
And
that's the end of the
movie. It's kind of interesting because you see why Jules wasn't with Vincent when he was killed. He could have been, though, but he chose...
Probably would have saved Vincent's life.
Maybe. Or he might have died.
You think both of them would have been in the bathroom together?
Listen, I don't know what Scientologists do. Samuel L. Jackson is not a Scientologist. I'm gonna state that right here for people in the comments.
Don't piss off Tom Cruise. Don't do it.
Tom Cruise can come at me and fight me right now. He was in the iceberg I just made. He can at me. He can send Xenu and all those other guys at me.
Xenu is the craziest thing I've ever heard in my life. Like, this... It's so bad.
Next time on Dish Talk, we talk about Scientology.
Oh my god. Get the clip about WandaVision out as fast as possible. Anyway, your review for this movie, Noah.
It's great. It's a 9 or 10 out of 10 movie. I'll leave it at that.
My review is that it's God's gift to mankind to watch this film, or Xenu's gift to mankind. It is benevolent, beautiful, and if you can't sit through this movie because you get bored, you go back to playing Fortnite. I don't care.
I'm gonna put Fortnite dancers popping up
Fortnite,
in this video.
Disney Plus.
No, we're not doing that again.
The Mandalorian.
Since this review's ending, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Join our Discord server. Links in
Gina
below.
Carino.
We have a free and Patreon Discord server. If you want to support us here, join our Patreon. Links below, of course. I'm having to bleep that one. Also, go watch our last video. It's a 30-minute long media iceberg. It's pretty interesting. I did all the voiceover because Greg's lazy.
Listen here. Okay. The truth is, Noah, I'm dying. Okay. Slowly. I will die at a normal age. But anyway.
Greg, I thought you were supposed to die at 40 because you're degenerative disease.
Oh, yeah! I'm clocking out.
Greg, what about the body?
Have a good day, Noah. You can figure that one out.
Okay. All right. Hey, Holly, we're leaving. The machine is clean. You don't need to check it. I'm just gonna tip the FBI that the morning guy did this.
It's a good idea.
and get out of here. Good
Let's
night,
go
everyone.
take the trash out.
Right. Wake